Hello Gemini, welcome. We are reading for the end of May 2025. I'm going to bring you some cartomancy readings in order to have some insights for the end of May. I hope you can find this series insightful and you can watch it for your sun, moon and rising signs. So here is your cards. Okay. So I see here you have this type of a goal, but the goal is like still in some kind of a ideal form. Like this is a goal that is maybe you don't have like a very practical plan for that. But it is a bit like, how to say, stands like an ideal, let's say, okay? And lately you may fall into some kind of a confusion, maybe, like the ideal is there, but how can I make it like a goal? And how can I also maybe silence this kind of a chatter in my head and find like the tools like to proceed forward. For this, I think you have some good perspective actually. I mean, okay, things can be sometimes overthinking maybe, or like a chatter in your head how to move forward, but I think there is like a large perspective you try to apply nowadays, because for you it may feel like a threshold maybe nowadays, like I'm standing in this threshold, like one point like away from my goal, and like something feels very immovable for you, something feels very old, something feels very cold maybe, and this is like challenging you, this immovable force you think. Maybe the obstacle element here can be, or the blockage here can be a person maybe in power, or it can be maybe a fixed situation, or in general maybe an internal fear of you. But this can be an epigenetic also a kind of element, like which is karmically, ancestrally transferred to you, and you still like this blockage actually does not belong to you, but it's somehow epigenetically transferred to you, like came like a default setting. Like what has like stopped me or others before, but I have to like pass through this, because I have a calling, I have an ideal, I have this light to follow, because in the way there is a light here at the end of the day, and this light sometimes can be our guidance, which can really promise a renewal, and a dream, you know, that we are waking it up. And in this threshold you are very much close to your soul path. You are very much like, I am meant for something more, I'm meant for something vast, something cosmic, but not domestic. But I feel like there is maybe some also this domestic obstacle, you know, I have. But I have to believe again, you know. This, let's say, not believe, but faith. I need to have faith again. However, you know, what now, if there are any doubts in me, if there are some unclear motives, like I'm not sure what to do with this thing, you know, or is this like an illusion, you know, like there is also that type of questioning as well. I see with a person, maybe it's like this mental fog, okay, that mental fog. Sometimes the fog that can happen also at the top of mountains, right? We cannot really see the tip. So, but this is gonna pass in the end, and you are going to find clarity there. So this clarity, I think, is coming. You got to trust what clears here. And don't, you know, mind what stays foggy or misty. Just concentrate on, it says, what is really clear and clear at this time for you. And I think there is some kind of a very curious person in your mind. This curious person can be also very charming. Unfortunately, our lovely cats, the cats, if you are a cat lover, I also love dogs, by the way. And I have looked after both of them. And unfortunately, I lost my two cats this year. But cats in cartomancy can be, as in terms of symbolism, can be sometimes deceptive here, like representing more hidden agendas or that seductive energy. So something or someone looking curious may not be as they seem. But this is also a mask we also put in order to survive in the social game. So something here is triggering, I think. Do I have to put some kind of a mask in that social setting, like to survive in the social game? But here the thing is, like, we need to discern things, right? We need to discern. So, and the swords energy is like a conflicting thing. Like, I see you here getting into some kind of a verbal fight, and maybe the communication element you think can be used as a tool, but you may find it very competitive. You may find it coming with very sharp decisions. You may find yourself like this social mask, social setting influencing my situation. But now I have to defend my truth. But how I'm gonna defend my truth with this social mask-like setting? That's why the clarity you can catch here, any clarity, you know, let what is actually staying misty there, any clarity you catch, like, go for it. Use the sword in order to have more clarity, not more confusion. So don't be afraid to find that clarity, be that clarity, maybe like a blade, like a sword, but do it with the cats maybe also, like, but do it with like elegance, not cruelty, okay? Because I think your ability, you will have the tools, but I think what is going to be tested by this end of May is that your ability, if you are fighting fair and wise, Gemini. So words will truly matter. There will be contracts. Truths can definitely cut pretenses. And every little step, I think, can make you to make that ideal like a very directional purpose. And the belief turns out to be fate actually. So I think you're gonna find, as you face the blocks, you're gonna find your renewed hope. I think you're gonna have, of course, if you choose to, by the way, if you have free will that there at this point, you can have that spiritual clarity coming out of that mental emotional fog. You got to also though watch for hidden manipulation and charming things with social masks, and you may find yourself also cutting some conversations with clarity, because clarity is obvious, and you may find like you got to also make some maybe new choices, but of course with strategy you need to do that, it seems. I think in the first clarity you see at the tip of that mountain, things going to start emerge, and you got to decide how you can even use that small amount of clarity. Okay, Gemini, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm checking my camera. Okay, so we have 11 minutes, I think more than 11 minutes. I hope this can help for the end of May, Gemini friends. Thank you so much and take care. Bye bye.